Rob Nazarian with Talk Android. We're here with HTC New York City looking at the brand new HTC One. And I have David Bruce here to tell us about it.
Hey, how you doing? So we're really excited to be showing off the One today. A lot of great stuff to be talking about, but as it relates to the hardware, we're all excited. So, we're really thrilled in that, I think we've taken a lot of what we've been doing with design and finally had a culmination of kind of a lot of our dreams as it relates to unibody construction. So what we've created is something that we're calling an all-metal body with zero gap construction. So as you kind of run your finger across this, you can see that it's all aluminum and it's all one singular piece with no gaps or breaks in the design. So we've actually fused the antenna with the aluminum body on here to create something that just has a premium feel unlike anything we've had before. At its thickest, it's about 9 millimeters, but tapers to about 4 millimeters on the edge. So it really just feels really nice in your palm and fits for a really premium fit and finish and feel in your hand all the way around. We also have introduced one thing that we're really excited about calling BoomSound, which is bringing HD speakers to the front of the phone. We see that people are consuming content, with the screen obviously facing them, sharing it with friends, and with these speakers facing you, the way you're consuming that content, you're going to experience audio in stereo that is not only just louder than what you've experienced, but just clearer and richer to really bring everything to life.
Sounds good.
We're going to have it in silver and black. I obviously have the silver here.
What's the CPU on it and the memory?
So it's going to come in a couple different models, a 32 gig and a 64 gig with 2 gigs of RAM, and we have a 1.7 gig quad-core Qualcomm processor in here.
Qualcomm, okay. Very good. A lot about the One is the brand new Sense, and I got David here to tell us about it. First of all, is there a name for Sense? Is this Sense 5 or is this Sense?
This is Sense 5. It's the new
5.
Sense and a lot of new elements with it. So what we're looking at here is our brand new home screen experience. We're calling it BlinkFeed. And what we really did is we took a look at, how do people use their devices? How are they consuming content? And we really wanted to create an experience where you could customize your content and have everything that's important to you to be able to snack on, news, your social networks all in one place and really mash it up all together. So you really get an experience when you come out of the lock screen where I can kind of go into my phone, I can pull down here, drag to refresh as you've maybe seen, and I'm going to update with new content. So I'm met with new information every time I go to my device. It's mixed in with my social network, so it's all existing in one place, whether I'm looking at news or whether I want to see Facebook or Twitter updates. All of this stuff is kind of mashed together to keep everything that's important to you in one spot and making it a new experience for you every time you unlock your device. So it's really allowing people to, take advantage of how they want to use their phone. They want to grab it in those down moments. They want to, have information that's important to them, be able to snack on it, jump in here. You get the full article. You aren't pulled into another app or anything like that or asked to go to the web. It all exists in one place with all these beautiful high-res images, updating frequently whenever you want to refresh to put everything in a single spot. So, we're really thrilled to be introducing this and really just creates an easy way for people to access content. One button press over here takes you to an app menu tray where you can customize what you have on apps here. You can create folders within this. You can change the grid size view. So we really have, everything consolidated into one space to make it a really easy home screen experience. We've also done a lot of cool things with camera. We have a new camera experience that we're calling the UltraPixel camera. And I'll go into the gallery here to kind of start explaining what we have going on to kind of bring some of this to life. You maybe see as I'm in here that some things are already kind of moving around. If I go into my photos, I have some different events here. I have photos that I've been taking here at the event, and I also have some demo content to show you guys to take a look at how things are going. So if I go into a particular event, say I was out at a day at the park with friends, you can see as I'm in this event here, things are going to be animating and coming to life. You can see that. So we're calling these Zoe moments. It's with one touch of the shutter button in your camera, you're going to be able to capture high definition photos and videos at the same time to create this living, moving moment. So when you go back, instead of just looking at a lot of static thumbnails and not really maybe remembering the event as it happened or what happened before or after that moment, you go back in here and everything comes to life life and really creates this new way to connect with, you know, the way that you kind of experience the day, experience the moment. And what's really cool is when you're taking this content without any effort, without you doing anything, when you go into a particular event, you have at the top here what we're calling a Zoe highlight video. So I can hit play here, and what I do is just go in here without doing anything. I have one of 6 professionally edited kind of themes that we have that takes all of my Zoes, my photos, my videos, and puts it into this well-produced video. So if I just want to kind of share an event with someone, it's as simple as going in here, hitting play, and I have this beautifully created video with no effort on my part that allows me to kind of put it all together in a really cool way that makes it seem like I'm a pro at editing it. You're able to share all of this out very simply. You guys can see with the video here, you have some controls that you can pick from some different themes. I can hit shuffle here to remix the content, and it'll completely present everything in a new way. So it's just really completely changing the experience of how we take our photos and are able to kind of, you know, interact with them down the road. I'll actually go into the main camera experience for you here in a second, but you can see in the gallery, if I hit share, I go to this Zoe share option where I can send this kind of mosaic postcard of all this content out into the world. I could send this to my mom. She could get an email. She has a HTML link. She clicks on it and she'll be met with something that I created very simply on device that has a caption, a map, puts all these photos together, and just makes it really simple to kind of share this content. If I go into the main camera itself, you can see that we have a button over here dedicated to a Zoe moment. So we go in there, and then once you have the Zoe selected, all you have to do is hit the shutter button once, and this won't be the best example because we're pointing at the floor here, but let me go back and show this to you again. Once I hit this, you can see the red progressing on the shutter button there, and it creates that kind of animated moment that we saw happening in the galleries there. So, you know, because the camera hardware is so sophisticated, it's kind of always capturing information. So it's even capturing photos before I press that button, and then it's kind of putting it all together.
So you're kind of holding it there, kind of like you're making a video, but you're doing both.
That's right.
Video and pictures.
That's right, and I could move the camera around as well, and you know, that's when you go back in just to make sure we can kind of see, you know, it's as simple as if you can take a picture, you can create a Zoe, and when you create a Zoe, you know, you have these animated moments that come to life just like this. And what's great is when you're in here, if you take a Zoe, not only do you have this cool thing that comes to life, but what's great is I can also scrub through the photo here, and maybe I want to get this perfect shot of when she's catching the frisbee. Now I can just save this photo and share that exact moment. So not only does it bring things to life in your gallery in a cool way, but it also allows you to make sure that no matter what, you're always going to get that exact shot that you need.
Are you, when you do that, are you grabbing a full 8 megapixel photo?
Well, we're grabbing a full high-res photo
from the video?
No, they're separate. We're capturing a video as well as the pictures, and on the phone it puts it as a composite all together as a Zoe that lives on here.
So on the video itself, you can grab any image, pause at any point and grab a full high-res photo from it.
That's right. So
because it was already taken, you're saying it's saved.
That's right. That's right. So any photo I pick on here that I scrub through from this moment, it's all going to be a high-res photo that I'm left with.
Okay. So technically, it's not really a video. It's just basically stills, a bunch of stills, or is it both video and stills?
It's everything all in one.
All right,
so you know, and if I want to play it here, I can have the whole animated.
All right,
moment.
it is video. Okay.
It's pictures. It's video. It's
when you were moving it across, it was hard to tell, but now when you play it like that, I can see now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it all exists together. I mean, there's so much more to show. I mean, one thing that's also
Tell
pretty
me a little bit more about the camera itself, though, as far as taking pictures about versus last year, about quality. You know, what's improved on the camera.
Yeah, no, glad to share that. So, you know, as we announced, we're calling this an UltraPixel camera, and we're really excited that, you know, I think we've done a lot of great things in kind of touting an amazing camera and having incremental improvements to give us this great camera experience. But, you know, in really changing what we're doing on the device, UltraPixels allow us not only to capture things like Zoe's in an amazing way, but the UltraPixels get way more light than regular megapixels. You know, that's why we talked about the megapixels being a myth, is because UltraPixels capture about 300% more light. We have bigger actual pixels, and when you're capturing more light, that's going to mean you're capturing better quality photos. You're going to get great low light performance, and ultimately it's always going to result in you just getting a really incredible, natural looking photo under any conditions. More light equals better quality, and that's why we've introduced UltraPixels.
Fantastic. Anything else interesting about Sense?
Well, a lot.
How about the clock? Is that going to be? Are you guys still having the old clock? Is that still available on the new Sense?
This
completely.
This is the new clock. I mean, if I swipe over here, there's a little bit of the old Android screen on there, and in the opportunity to add widgets. We see this as being the home screen experience that people are going to naturally gravitate to you know, snack on this content. The clock is fixed up here, and you know, it still gives you quick access to everything that you'd want to grab from your clock, whether it's alarm or stopwatch. You also have the ability to go straight into your weather from here. So that's kind of fixed at the top to give you, you know, easy access to everything. Same way when you're accessing content here, you don't lose quick access to your, you know, most important shortcuts, whether that's a phone or a text. You know, you always have access to those things right on the main screen.
Tell me about the buttons on the bottom. They're a little different now.
That's true. So we have two buttons. We have a back button and a home button. Really, you know, with BlinkFeed and just the two-button experience, I think just a simplified, clean experience. You still have access to everything you need. Home button will take you to your BlinkFeed, of course. You know, home button will take you to the top of your BlinkFeed to do a quick refresh of your content. But you still have access to everything else. If I want to get to recent apps, it's as simple as a double tap of my home button.
Okay.
And, you know, I have a long press where I can access Google Now as well. So I really have a lot of functionality out of the home button there, and back, of course, will continue to work as my
What version of Android is this?
4.1.
4.1, okay. All right, well, fantastic. Thank you so much. This is a great demo.
You bet. Thank you.
Oh, whoops, we got one more thing, guys. Sense TV.
I'm back. I got so much more. All right, so Sense TV, a little bit hard. Love to show you this demo with the TV, which we have set up here to experience, but really incredible in that I have this, you know, synced up with my, you know, FiOS cable experience that I have back in Philadelphia, which is my home.
And you can use it with any cable, DirecTV or dish, right? Or just cable?
You can use it with any cable, and you'll find that the setup process is about 2 minutes. You know, infrared is built in, you know, just below where the power button is. You're going to be able to use your phone as a remote for your television, your AV receiver, and your cable box. I see people really adopting this as the way to go. I mean, channel surfing is such a pain, and so many of us are appointment viewers of television, right? So I can go on here. These are programs that are actually playing right now. Because we just had the new hour, the progress bars are minimal, but you could actually see at what point a show is in. If I wanted to turn it to Law and Order, and my TV and cable box and receiver were off, I could hit this. All of it would just power on, and it would turn immediately to that channel. I have the ability to kind of filter the content down if I just want to see kind of all TV programs that are on right now. I can do that. I have this beautiful visual representation of it instead of, you know, going through, you know, a tired old channel programming guide, which, you know, you do have access to if you want, but we find that people are going to, you know, want to experience it based on, you know, how they kind of, you know, look for their favorite. Right? You can search, and what's great is you can kind of go in here and set what are my favorite programs, what do I want to be reminded of, and, you know, if I'm a fan of, say, like The Walking Dead, and I set it as a favorite, instantly in my BlinkFeed on my home screen, it'll give me a reminder, prioritize it at the top, be like, hey, David, don't forget Walking Dead is on tonight, and it'll do that for any content that I'm prioritizing in TV. So it's incredibly simple to use as a remote, and I think it'll be something that really replaces the program guide and TV and all these remotes in people's living rooms.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. We think this is it, so we'll say goodbye one more time.
All right, thanks.